probably for a little over a year, but mainly we focused in Western Canada and have branched off into Ontario and a little bit into Eastern Canada. We're now over 40 employees, a lot of people on the product team. We have more than 1,500 properties right now. Essentially, when we started, we were mostly oil and gas. We've moved into construction, road crew, emergency services, wireline. We've really started to diversify our business. And last year, we did over 85,000 hotel rooms across Canada and the US. So essentially, this is a little bit of an overview for anybody that hasn't logged into LodgeLink or looked at LodgeLink. This is our one-stop shop for crew travel. We really try and focus on workforce travel or crew travel. That's our specialty. So this is a view of the sort of the homepage. And essentially, when you would pull up Grand Prairie, this is a view of some of the properties that would list. It's a lot like similar to other OTAs, like Expedia or Hotels.com. So how can LodgeLink help you? So essentially, we talk about it a lot, but we're providing sales with no additional overhead. We're connecting with a lot of the crew travel accommodation companies. So oil and gas, as I said, transportation, construction, things of that nature. And the most important thing for our hotel partners is it's net non-commissionable. So the rates that you're providing us, it's 100% net back to the hotel. We do add a margin when we're selling back to our clients, but we ensure that the price that you give us is net non-commissionable. It's no risk. Your payment is guaranteed because we pay you directly. So what we do is when we make a reservation with a Travelodge hotel, we provide a virtual card prior to check-in, which you can process for the reservation. And yeah, so typically, it's an increase of revenue. It's a very special market with crew travel, and crews tend to stay longer and have large volumes at one shot. So if you look here, it's a few of the companies that we typically work with. We have over 300 companies that we work with in Canada and the US. A lot of these may seem, you may recognize, you may have had those customers stay in your hotel before, whether it be with LodgeLink or without LodgeLink. But we use a lot of these companies or work with a lot of these companies on a regular basis. One of the newest companies that we just brought on is Trican. I know a lot of the people in Western Canada have probably had Trican rooms stay with them, as well as TC Energy. We've really started to work a lot with TC Energy, both in their integrity digs as well as their large projects when it comes to twinning their pipelines or compressor stations. So those are some of the newer companies that you may see. If you're already a LodgeLink partner, you may start to see those coming soon. And if you're not yet a partner, we'd encourage you to get on board so you can start utilizing those rooms. So I'd like to talk a little bit about what we've seen in the market. It's probably quite similar to when you're having the conversations with your guests, but we're really talking to a lot of the CEOs, the procurement teams from these companies. And essentially, it may mirror the same messaging, but a lot of larger companies, especially in the oil and gas market, have reduced their workforce, especially on project sites. They're trying to, one, for the economy as it is, but also to assist with social distancing. Also, any work that's not deemed essential has stopped. Currently, it's been mostly essential services. We have got notice in Alberta that we're moving to stage 2, so that should help with some of the companies getting back to the workforce. And what we've seen, especially in the remote areas or on projects, is they're all having to do screening protocols when they get to the work site, where they're doing temperature checks, et cetera, and having to follow audits that they're giving back to the provincial governments. And on that, I'm going to hand it off to Rachel to talk a little bit about what LodgeLink has been doing to respond during the COVID times.
Great, thanks, Chris. So what are we doing at LodgeLink? Ultimately, we're putting health and safety first. Most of our team continues to work remotely. We've been working from home since mid-March, and we'll be returning to the office this month. Throughout this time, we continue to offer 24/7 customer support, and we have designated account managers and customer success representatives for every company we work with. We've been actively in touch with our suppliers to stay up to date on the ever-changing accommodations landscape. We understand this new normal, and we're working together with hotels to ensure our clients know they're being taken care of. Lastly, we've been creative. A number of our clients are essential workers, and they're relying on us to help them find safe, budget-conscious, and well-located accommodations. We've worked with our partners to get reduced rates and book segregated floors and wings to ensure proper social distancing and that we're doing our part to flatten the curve. So we're here to help. For all properties, the first thing we need to get started is an MSA. This is the contract we use for our supplier partners. It allows us to list your property on our website and includes booking and payment terms. We also require a corporate rate you'd like to offer our customers. Typically, this is offered by calendar year. If you are connected to Sabre GDS, please have our rates loaded, as this is the most efficient way for our clients to make bookings. You'll also receive bookings through email, so please ensure you provide us with the email you would like all reservation requests sent to. Since crew travel is our expertise, the majority of our business comes in volume bookings, so it's important we have the right contact information for project-based business. If we have clients who will be working in your area, we'll reach out directly to you to get long-term rates and check for availability. All group reservations will be made directly with the property, whereas our transient business travel will typically book through GDS by our customers using the LodgeLink platform. The last thing I'll mention is updated property pictures. Having current and high quality images is a good way to attract clients to your property. You can send us any images you would like us to use, or we can use the pictures off your website. What to expect. So as our clients make reservations using LodgeLink, you'll receive a system-generated booking request with guest names, dates, and room types. If we have access to your hotel via GDS or through your brand portal, we can also facilitate bookings directly through your system. All amendments to reservations will also come through LodgeLink. As Chris mentioned, LodgeLink pays with a virtual credit card, which will be sent to you at the time of booking. Please charge this card for room and tax only. Guests will provide a card at the time of check-in for incidentals and any additional charges. We are also able to set up direct billing, so if you'd like more information on this, please let me know and I can facilitate it as well. At the time of checkout, please send all folios to our accounts payable team so we can invoice our clients. And as you would with any other OTA, please ensure you suppress the rates in your property management system. As always, Chris and I are here to help. If you're already a partner and this is more of a refresher for you and you require any updates to your property on LodgeLink, please let me know and I can take care of this for you. We also have a 24/7 customer experience team that deals with reservations and collecting invoices. They can be reached at any time by calling our toll-free number or by emailing support@lodgelink.com. I will note as well that all this information and more is included in our onboarding materials, which you'll receive directly from me once we have completed all the paperwork. Or if you are already a partner and would like to share this information again with your team, let me know and I'll share the links with you as well.
So I think now we're going to open it up to questions. I know there was a couple questions at a time that came in via email. So we can probably answer these, Rachel, and then if anybody else has any questions, maybe Stephanie, you can let us know. So the first one is, how do I know what rate to offer? I mean, really, you all understand your markets. Knowing that it's net non-commissionable, that's the rate that we're going to be offering to our clients for the transient rooms, so the 1 or 2 room night stays. When it comes to group bookings, we will contact you directly, or we'll contact Catherine or someone from that team to find out what rate you want to offer for a large volume during a specific time frame during the year. You may already be busy and want to offer a higher rate, or it may be a new period and you want to make sure that you secure that business. The second one is, I've never heard of LodgeLink. Rachel, do you want to handle that one?
Sure. Yeah, so we are booking across the US and in Canada. Right now, we have a focus on building out BC markets and Ontario markets as well. And the US is also a big focus for us this year. So the answer is we can get you specific information depending on the market that you're working in. Let us know, and we're happy to set up a meeting with you, or we can send you more information on how many room nights we've done in your market in the last year or so far in 2020. We're happy to discuss the opportunities with you.
Thanks, Rachel. And the last one that I see here is, what does it cost for me to join, and what commission do you take? So honestly, there's no cost to join, and as it's net non-commissionable, there is no commissions to pay after the fact. So whatever rate you are providing for, whether that be the transient rooms or the group rooms, that's the rate that you're going to receive with no cost.
Great, thank you, Chris. We did receive another question through the chat. What is the quickest and easiest way to get a hotel up and sellable with LodgeLink? Yeah,
that's a great question. So I would say if you can email Rachel with the contact information, she'll send you out the MSA. It's a pretty quick signature. It can be done electronically, or you can scan it back to us and then provide our rates to us, and then we'll have it loaded within the next probably 48 to 72 hours. We also recommend that we'll include Catherine in that as load it through Wyndham.
I think that's it for questions now, unless anybody wants to pop in a few last minute ones in there.
If not, what I would suggest, if we can display Rachel's contact and my contact information. So after the fact, if anybody wants to jot this down, or we can send this to you after, but please feel free to send us an email. Any questions you have in regards to specifically your market, we'll let you know. If we get any news or forecasting from some of our larger companies, we usually tend to let you know that they're coming into the market, and we can kind of let you know the production as we saw it over 2020 or the last 12 months. Well, I guess if there's no more questions, I want to thank everyone again for spending a little bit of time with us.
I think a question just came in.
Oh,
yeah, a question just came in. So are you seeing any trends in the industry of ways properties are capitalizing on outdoor activities as people are staycationing this year?
From our perspective, we're trying to, as we work with the larger companies in regards to camping and stuff like that, we're trying to limit that. So in the past, we see a lot of companies that go LOA, or living out allowance, which allows these guys to use their campers, RVs and stuff like that for projects. What we're seeing from a lot of the larger companies is they're pulling LOA away and moving it back towards 1 or 2 properties for their projects, because even right now, going from Alberta, BC, you're not allowed to utilize any of the campgrounds, and vice versa. That may open up in the future, but today, there's limitations on that. So we don't typically deal in the leisure market. We typically deal with workforce. So I hope that answers it.
I think it's early from a commercial standpoint. I think it's still early in this process, with provinces in Canada opening up, states opening up in the US, and how the properties are trying to mitigate the risk of the hotel and people staying, and also at the same time how they drive revenue in. The last point I'll make for those on the phone is, we bring the groups in to your properties. We have that as part of our aggregated customer list, where they're coming into a location. It could be Corpus Christi, Texas. We know that there's a variety of clients that are leveraging us. We bring that aggregation into the market on your behalf. So we'll continue to do that and expand our coverage. But if there are no other questions, we wanted to thank you for the time that you made for us today. And you've got a great team behind you in Chris and Rachel. So if there's nothing else, Stephanie, we could probably end the call.
Great. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good day.